Hey groupies, welcome back to Form of Therapy. I am the video channel producer. You can call me PD. And today we are doing a double up reaction for SIK-K. I discovered SIK-K's music when he featured on Jung Se-won's Just You. And ever since then, I have been on like a SIK-K binge. I love all his albums and I love his personal unique style. So I'm excited to check this out. We're gonna be checking out SIK-K's Addict, and then we're gonna be checking out SIK-K's Noizy. But before we actually get into the reaction, I just want to kind of like promote SIK-K's tour real quick. SIK-K is doing a world tour right now. He just wrapped up the European leg of his tour, and now he is touring across America, and then he's going to be doing Canada and also Australia. So if you guys want tickets to go see SIK-K, go do it. My friend is literally going to go see him tonight, and I'm so jealous. I unfortunately could not go see him because I am traveling and I'm in New York right now when he's in Los Angeles, so I am unfortunately missing out. I'm honestly considering maybe near like the end of his US tour, I might get a ticket to one of his shows, even though it's not going to be anywhere near the West Coast. I might just fly out to go see him because, you know, who knows when's the next time he's going to come back. So with that mindset, don't miss his world tour. Be sure to check it out. Now, let's get into the reaction. This is your form of therapy. Another guitar rhythm. I'm already in love with this. I feel like SIK-K has multiple styles. This is probably my favorite SIK-K style, but we'll have to see until the chorus. Okay, this music video was amazing. Oh, interesting. So the chorus is a little bit more on the lower end than I thought. Interesting. If you look at the, I think it's a shot of like a brain scan, and it's enveloping over an image of the two of them together, and the song's called Addict, right? I think it's showing the cerebral nature of addiction. Like literally showing that she's consuming his mind. You know this House of Mirrors concept with lights is not necessarily a new idea, but they treat it in a way, they approach it in a way that feels fresh. Like I feel like I saw this very recently in a few music videos, but it still looks very different. That's so cool. They actually, it looks like they wet the ground as well to actually have a reflection upwards as well. So when doing an aerial shot, you can actually see his reflection from the ground. You know, the flashing lights and the way that it's like really dark and red, it really adds to the very cerebral, kind of like enveloping nature of addiction. Showing shots of like pills, him smoking, other forms of addiction. Oh, interesting. I think it's directed by etc. They added in a credit in the middle of the video, or at least towards the end it is. This shot of her looks so nice. I love how they have these faded after images, kind of playing off of this Hall of Mirrors concept. All right, I really dug Addict. I think Addict is, first of all, it's a phenomenal song. I think SIK-K has two styles to him. SIK-K has a style that I feel like is definitely more catered towards hip hop, and then he has this style that's a little bit more emotional. It's hard to describe the necessary genre because I feel like the genre itself changes and it's more about the mood and the vibe of the song. It's very dark, it's kind of emotional. Probably one of my favorite songs in that particular style and genre is SIK-K's Fire. SIK-K's Fire is like sort of a callback to the mid 2000s alternative rock scene. And while this one is not the same genre of alternative rock, it still plays into, I feel like, SIK-K's signature style of that very emotional, kind of very vexing sort of state that you're put in when you listen to a song like this. This song is called Addict, and obviously the visuals in this music video represent that. You know, you've got the shot of the drugs, him smoking, and then you've got the girl. You know, obviously the other things are symbolism or other examples of addiction. And I love how this music video portrays how he's addicted to her, how he can't get her out of his head, literally. You know, you have shots where they're fading into one another, how literally it's the two of them, and then it envelops into a shot of him or envelops into a shot of her. And then you have the whole Hall of Mirrors concept, and that's reflected throughout the music video as well, where you see faded after images of her. And in particular, I feel like the use of lighting here is very important. It adds a very dramatic sort of dark vibe to the music video, and the flashing red lights actually makes it seem more like he's in a state of anguish and panic and sort of going through the stages of like withdrawal, perhaps. You know, this girl is gone from his life, so he's going through all the stages of addiction where you're kind of suffering and you're kind of panicking because you don't have your fix. I do want to talk more about SIK-K, but before we do, let's check out Noizy. Oh yes. Okay, this one has that same rock vibe. It's very similar to Fire. Ten out of 10. If it's a groovy room song, 10 out of 10. I don't even need to hear the rest. Camera work is very like 90s MTV or early 2000s MTV, kind of like very intense, like zooming. I mean, this song's called Noizy, and there's a lot of noise in this music video. Ooh. The drum pattern in the background sort of sounds like marching, like a marching band sound. Holy crap! This song is really overloaded with like a lot of the instrumental. Very fitting of the title, Noizy. This is what I love about SIK-K. I love that a lot of, you know, he's a rapper, he's into hip hop, but a lot of his music has elements of trap mixed with rock, like the acoustic guitar you hear in the background. Wow. This song is even trippier than Addict. The production is a lot simpler and it's a lot cleaner in the sense, well, it's noisier, but it's cleaner in the sense that there's a lot of like just blank backgrounds, not a lot of actual setup, except here, I suppose. But in general, This chorus is so chaotic neutral. Oh, damn. This song is why I love SIK-K. SIK-K is a phenomenal artist. Like Addict, it's a great song, okay? It's an amazing song, I'll say even. It's a great, fantastic music video. And I think I prefer the production of the Addict music video than this. This one's a lot more simpler. But the song of Noizy is just superior. I feel like it's one of the better SIK-K title tracks. It is very noisy and the production is very messy, but it's like a chaotic mess that's very controlled. You know, it's on purpose. It's not a messy production in terms of like it's a bad song. It's a messy production in the sense that like it kind of overloads your senses, which is kind of like the whole point of the actual production of it. And so if you're watching this reaction and this might be some of your first SIK-K songs, seriously, you have to check out more of SIK-K's music because SIK-K is one of the few hip-hop artists that I feel like really genuinely experiments with music. I mean, he collabs on pop songs, he does groovier stuff, funkier stuff, and he does the traditional hip-hop trap kind of stuff, but then he also does a lot of alternative rock inspired songs. This song feels like a great follow-up to Fire. It was my favorite SIK-K song. I don't know, after listening to Addict and Noizy, I would have to listen to this more because obviously I've been listening to Fire for months and months now, but it's kind of possible that Noizy might usurp Fire's place. The one thing I noticed about the production of this though, it feels like there's no big satisfying drop for me personally in Noizy, and it kind of works, you know, because when the chorus comes in, it's not like Fire, where Fire it feels like this big explosion of emotion, whereas Noizy it goes da-na 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 da-na, and then the drums are kicking in, but it kind of like that da-na da-na, that rhythm kind of builds up kind of an expectation, but then it never has a big release in my opinion. I feel like that electric guitar pattern really just adds to like an anticipation. And so I feel like a great way to listen to this song would be to listen to Noizy first and then listen to Fire as sort of like a release or a satisfaction, or maybe listen to Noizy and then listen to Addict. But either way, I love both songs. Noizy is fucking great. The music video is very grunge inspired. I love it. It's very trippy. It is not just an auditory attack from the song, but it's also a visual attack. So that's really dope. And like I said, Addict was also phenomenal as well. I know that SIK-K is not necessarily a mainstream K-pop idol image style, and it's not something you guys may be used to, but I would definitely encourage you to check out SIK-K. You know, he is my favorite rapper, and I don't see that changing for a really long time, because one of the things I love about SIK-K is that he is a great rapper. His flow and his linguistic flow is awesome, but also I love his singing. SIK-K has such very unconventional style of singing, and it has sort of like this pain and anguish and yearning that really comes through his voice that I really feel like it's a great mixture into his songs. I feel like most people would just feature singers into their songs, but I really like that SIK-K both raps and sings, and the way that he combines both into his music, it kind of flows in and out. He goes from rapping to singing, and it makes for a song that kind of keeps you on your toes. And he always experiments with music. With SIK-K, you kind of never know what you're really getting until you actually listen to it. So honestly, he is one of my favorite rappers, and I'm so glad that I could at least help promote his tour. But please guys, be sure to check out the rest of his music, and be sure to check out his tour as well. If you really like this, you have to see him live. Anyways guys, thank you for watching this video. Let me know what you thought about SIK-K's Addict and Noizy. Let me know what you thought about the music video and the song in the comments down below. Also, if you'd like to support us, please head on over to patreon.com/formtherapy. For as little as $2 a month, you get early access to reactions just like this and more. However, if you can't support us monetarily, that's completely fine. Why don't you go ahead and click like down below? Helps us out with YouTube's search algorithm. Go ahead and click subscribe, be notified when we upload a new video, and check out all our other videos in the end card.